I spent a lot of time crafting the best workout split to optimize attractiveness so one day you can actually get laid. Now, yes, this workout split, if you follow it, it will make women more attracted to you because you will be optimizing the muscle groups that are important for the female gaze, for females to see you as a dominant masculine man. Not only that I do actual research, because believe it or not, there's actual research on the topic, scientific research. I also did my personal research asking for girls what their favorite muscle groups are. And through my 2 years of building muscle and building an attractive body, I now have the knowledge to build an amazing split, and I want to share with you guys because I think this split is fantastic. Now, if we're not kidding ourselves, if we're not lying to ourselves, we're probably going to the gym to look more attractive, right? Now, even if you don't want to start fucking a bunch of different girls, even if you're waiting till marriage, you know goddamn right that you would love it if you looked just a little bit more attractive, or even if you looked a lot more attractive. So why not, instead of the current split you're running, try to run this split? Because it will make you more attractive and you're gonna build the same amount of muscle. It's not about being bigger or smaller, it's just about being attractive or less attractive. Alright, let's get into the practical stuff, because there are key muscle groups that you need to focus on if you want to build an attractive body. And this workout split is quite simple. It's a weekly workout split, 7-day split, where you train for 5 days and you rest for 2 days. Now, the order of those 5 days are quite important, so try to stick with them. The first and most important day, believe it or not, is shoulders, traps, and neck. So you're gonna be doing 9 sets of shoulders, about 6 sets of traps, and about 6 sets of neck. Now, your shoulders, you want to build them out because of 2 reasons. The first reason is because your shoulders, just like your traps and your neck, give you that high testosterone look. And girls love that high testosterone look. Because if we were to inject more testosterone inside of you, these muscles, your shoulder, traps, and neck, would be some of the muscle that would grow the most. So when you kind of fake it by training them more, well, they're gonna grow and you're gonna give off a masculine look, a high testosterone look, and girls love that shit. Now, the second reason why you want to build your delts is because your side delts actually make you wider, and that whiteness, if it's combined with a skinnier waist, if you're low body fat, well, it's gonna give off that V taper, and the V taper is so important to female attractiveness, to the female gaze, because just like the high testosterone look, this V taper makes you look more dominant. And there's gotta be something primal in their brain, in their biology, that's when they see a V taper, they associate that V taper with fertility, with attractiveness, and with strength. So of course the V taper is gonna be so important. On top of that, your shoulders, your traps, and your neck are some of the most visible muscle, even when you got a shirt on. Now right now I got a thick shirt, so you can't really see them, but my neck, if I was to grow my neck by just 1 more inch, goddamn, you would see it instantly. And that would make you perceive me as a more dominant male simply because I have a neck that's 1 inch thicker. And that's why you need to train it. And here's how I would recommend you go about things. So you would do 9 sets of shoulders, doing 3 sets of front delts, 3 sets of side delts, and 3 sets of rear delts. And then you would move on to traps, doing 6 sets of traps. I don't care what type of trap exercise you do some shrugs, anything goes. And then 6 sets of neck, doing 3 sets of neck curls, and 3 sets of neck extension. And that's basically it for the first day. The second day, and my personal favorite day, is back and bicep. Now you're gonna be doing 9 sets of back, going extremely hard. And you're also gonna be doing 9 sets of biceps. Now your back, and especially your lats, are so important for the V taper because, just think about it. You got your shoulders making you look wide, and you got your skinny waist giving off that V. Well, you need to fill in that V. It needs to be filled with some muscle. And those muscle are your lats. So very important for the V taper. You already know that the V taper is important. Well, your lats are one of the building blocks to that V taper, so of course you need to focus on them. And on top of that, your back will make you look so much wider. Now, not only from the back, let's say you're in class and there's a guy in front of you. Well, if he's training his back hard, you're gonna see him look so much wider. And just from the back, he's gonna give off like that dominant look. But even from the front, when you got a thick back, we can see it. And that just gives off a whole different vibe. And not only that, even from the side, when you got a thick back, instead of looking completely flat like an iPad or something, well, you start putting muscle over that back and you kind of look like a turtle ninja or something. And that's actually so attractive. And now your biceps, well, when you see a guy with good biceps, you're like, oh, that's nice. He's got his little vein, nice rounded biceps. Well, girls see the same biceps. So if you're with a girl and she sees that you have a nice bicep with a vein popping, because with a vein popping signals that you have low body fat, and that's primarily attractive to women. So here's how you should go about things. First, you always start with your back. Now, you start with your back and you need to divide your back in two different ways. The first is vertical pulling, just pulling from on top of you like this, vertical pulling. And the second is horizontal pulling. Now, I usually do only 9 sets, so I do like 4 sets of vertical, let's say, and then 5 sets of horizontal, and then I switch it around from time to time. But vertical pulling is basically pull-ups, lat pull down, and horizontal pulling is basically any type of rows. Super simple. And when you do train your back, since it's such a big muscle, you need to go hard. Go with some compound lifts and then focus more on your lats with some more like accessory exercise. But if you can, go as hard as you can on your back days. And for your bicep, what I usually do is I got 9 sets of biceps to do. So I do 3 different exercises, doing 3 sets of bicep each. Now, it doesn't matter if you do normal curls, hammer curls, you go with the cable, whatever you do, it doesn't matter. But if you want, change your exercise from time to time because you're gonna hit different heads of your bicep. And also sometimes after like using the same exercise for a while, you start getting adapted to it in a weird way. And then when you do, let's say you were only doing straight bar curls, and then you go do cable rope curls, well, you're gonna get an even better pump. And that's just amazing. So that's basically how I would do my biceps. And that's it for the second day. The third day and the most manly day is chest and triceps. Like bike and biceps, I do 9 sets of chest and 9 sets of triceps. Now, your chest is actually what's gonna make you feel your t-shirt with your shoulders, obviously, but your chest will definitely help you fill your t-shirt because your chest actually holds such a big volume on your physique. And just how guys are attracted to women with big boobs, well, girls are attracted to guys with big chests. It's that simple. And tricep, just like biceps, will make your arm look so much thicker. So from the side, you're gonna look better. And let's say you're hugging a woman, if that ever happens to you. Well, when you hug a woman and you've got big bicep and tricep, she notices it and it's actually like turning her on. And here's how you should go about your chest and tricep day. So you need to do 9 sets of chest. And how I go about it usually is I start with 3 sets of a compound lift. So usually bench press. And on bench press, I make sure to go hard because that's where I make the most amount of gains. So I go hard as fuck, and then the next 3 sets are gonna be focused on your upper chest. So anything that's kind of inclined. Usually what I do since I work out at home, I do incline dumbbell press. Super simple. And the 3 last set of chest you're gonna be doing is gonna be any type of exercise that focuses on the squeeze of your chest. So at my home gym, what I usually do is chest flies. And then for your triceps, since you need to do 9 sets, kind of do like biceps. I do 3 different exercises of 3 sets each. So usually I just spend a lot of time near the cable machine and I do like straight bar push downs, rope push downs, and then sometimes I even do some French press or skull crushers. And that's it for the chest and tricep day. On the 4th day, it's your first rest day of the week. Now, I put the rest days in a logical order. At least for me, that's how I like putting my rest days, so I optimize muscle growth by making sure that I'm not sore from a certain body part at a certain time, and also that I'm gonna be ready for the leg workout that's gonna come. But on the 5th day, you got arms. Now on your arm day, you're gonna be doing 6 sets of side delts, I know, shoulders yet again, and then 6 sets of bicep, yes, bicep again, and then 6 sets of tricep. Now, it's super important to work out your side delts because your side delts is the sexiest muscle group you got on your body. So of course, if you want to optimize attractiveness, you will need to focus more on your delts. And if you didn't know already, your delts in terms of sheer volume and density is bigger than your chest. So don't think that your delts is such a small muscle that you only need to train it sometimes and that it recovers fast. That's not true at all. Your delts are actually huge. So of course you need to train them hard. Now, like I said before, your side delts will make you look wider, helping you with the V-taper and also with the high testosterone look. And getting your arms just that much bigger by focusing on them more is super important because your arms, just like your neck, is actually pretty visible. Now, right now I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, so it's not the best example, but when you're wearing a t-shirt, we see if you feel in that shirt. And even with my current t-shirt, now it's black so you don't really see it, but when I'm at school just writing down stuff, the girl next to me, the guy next to me can see my bicep and my tricep through my shirt because it's filling in the shirt. And bigger arms like that will give you a more dominant look. And that's basically what we're looking for. We're looking more dominant, having a better V-taper, and signaling to girls in their biology that we're fertile and that we're the strongest mate. Because girls are just trying to optimize their gene in a way. And if you can understand that, not only will you be able to know what types of muscle you should train, it might help you on your sex life. And here's how I would go about doing this arm day. I would start off with the side delts, doing 6 sets of lateral raises. That's simple. And then I would do biceps, usually do 2 different exercises for 3 sets each. And same thing for triceps, super simple. And now the 6th day, the worst of all, is leg day. And for leg day, what you're gonna be doing is 8 sets of quads, 8 sets of hamstrings, and 4 sets of calves. But it's a little bit more complicated than this. But you need to know that your legs is the least important muscle for female attractiveness. Now, does this mean you should skip leg? No, it does not. Because if you skip leg, then you're gonna tank all your score. You're gonna look so much worse. So you need to do leg day, but like I said, you simply need to do it. You don't need to focus on leg day, just do it. And that's why each week you need to have at least 1 leg day. And on your leg day, if you're able to, do deep squats. Because deep squats will focus on your glutes. Now, I didn't mention glutes at first, and that's why I said it's a little bit more complicated than this. Your glutes is the sexiest part of your legs. Basically, see your glutes as the shoulders of your legs. Now, I asked girls what the sexiest muscle groups on a guy were, and some of them said glutes. Because glutes, when you look at a girl, you like seeing big glutes, right? We all know this, guys. Well, girls kind of feel the same way, in a sense. Now, maybe they put less value on it than we do, but glutes are extremely important. So any type of movement that's gonna help you grow your glutes, like deep squats, like RDLs, like hip thrust, is amazing for your attractiveness. So here's how I basically run my leg days. I start off with doing 4 sets of deep squats, and then I do 4 sets of a quad focus exercise, usually leg extension. And then I go for the hamstrings. I do 4 sets of RDLs, or sometimes I start with the leg curls and then do RDLs to feel the muscle stretching when I do RDLs. And then you'll finish off the workout by doing 4 sets of calves because you need to hit your calves. Now, if you have really small calves is a muscle that shows. If you're wearing shorts, we see your calves. So it's important that if you got small calves, that you focus on them more. You can even do calves every single day if it's that much of a pain. But personally, I don't need to do that. I do calves 1 time a week, and since I'm always walking, going up the stairs, running sometimes, doing sports, well, I don't really need to do that much calves. And that's basically it for the 6th day, and on your last day, it's a rest day. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Now, I'm gonna make a document for this workout split, and I'm gonna put it in the description. It's gonna be the 3rd link in the description. But if you'd be interested in one-to-one coaching with me, where we basically hop on calls and do fun shit together, that's gonna be the 1st link in the description. And if you'd be interested in watching me and my little bros just next door work out together, we got this channel called Anabolic Monkey. And on this channel, we basically post most of our workouts. So if you're interested in that, it's gonna be the second link in the description. I'll see you guys next one. Mwah!